Okay, so I asked a simple question. What causes MS? The internet said genetics, environment, immune dysregulation, Epstein-Barr virus, vitamin D, maybe your neighbor's cat. I'm going to explain what causes MS without making your brain file a complaint. No 47 theories, no medical word salad, just the truth, told simply, with jokes. Because if you've ever Googled this, you didn't leave with answers. You left with more tabs open and trust issues. Let's talk about multiple sclerosis, or MS. You're here because you or someone you care about typed "What is MS?" into a search bar. You were immediately fire-hosed with terrifying medical jargon. Conflicting advice, pictures of brains that look like abstract art projects gone horribly wrong. You want a simple, clear answer. You want the truth in 10 minutes with no fluff. I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a clean, repeatable line that makes sense. But first, the single most important and most infuriating piece of information. So, what is the exact cause of MS? The honest answer? We don't know. I know. That feels like a colossal bait and switch.
Like tuning in for the season finale of a mystery show only for the detective to say, "Beats me, could be anyone."
Anyway, here's a coupon for a free appetizer. Stick with me. We don't know the exact cause. We don't know anything. We actually know a great deal. We know who the culprit is. We know what they're doing. We have a pretty good idea of how they were radicalized. Think less single whodunit and more massive, sprawling conspiracy. Multiple players, each with murky motivations. The story of MS isn't pure chaos. It's a very specific, very unfortunate mix-up. Understand the pattern and the scary details start to click into place. Less mysterious, less intimidating. Let's begin unwinding that conspiracy right now. The journey starts not with the brain, but with the body's own defense force. A system designed to be your ultimate protector that, in this case, has gone rogue. It turned from a loyal guardian into a slightly dim-witted henchman who keeps punching the person they're supposed to protect. A tragic comedy at a microscopic scale with very real consequences for the person whose body is the stage. The good news? Because we understand this central conflict, we have ways to intervene. We can't go back in time to prevent the mix-up, but we absolutely can step in and manage the fallout. That's the difference between fear of the unknown and the power of knowing what you're up against. So, set the stage. Forget complicated biology for a moment. We're using simple, slightly silly analogies. If you understand how a nightclub bouncer works, you're halfway to understanding the immune system. If you've ever charged your phone, you already understand the most important part of your nervous system. This won't be a dry, robot-translated medical lecture. This is the simple version. The version you can explain to your aunt. The version you can explain to your boss. The version you can explain to a particularly inquisitive golden retriever. It all begins with your body's deeply confused but well-intentioned security team. Let's meet the main character in this drama. So what is the specific target of these confused bouncers? What part of your body is the immune system mistakenly attacking? The main target is a substance called myelin. Myelin sounds like one of those boring medical words you immediately forget, but it's incredibly important. Think about any electrical cord, like your phone charger. Inside is the metal wire that carries electricity. Outside is the coating that protects the wire and keeps the signal contained. Your nerves are the wires of your body. They carry electrical messages from your brain to every part of you. Myelin is the rubber coating on those wires. It's a fatty substance that wraps around your nerve fibers, or axons. This insulation does two critical things. First, it protects the delicate nerve fiber underneath. Second, it makes the electrical message travel incredibly fast and efficiently, over 200 miles per hour. Your brain thinks, wiggle your toe, and the message arrives almost instantly. Walk, talk, see, feel the world seamlessly. It's the unsung hero of the nervous system. In MS, the confused immune system attacks and destroys this myelin coating. This process is called demyelination. When the myelin is damaged, the wire underneath is exposed and vulnerable, like a frayed phone charger. The signal gets weak. It might short circuit. It might not get through at all. The same thing happens in the nervous system. Slowed, distorted, or completely blocked messages. The brain is still sending the command, but the message gets scrambled on the damaged wire. This is what causes the symptoms of MS, numbness, weakness, vision problems, dizziness, often described as internal buffering, loading, connection error. We know the immune system is the culprit and myelin is the victim. This leads to the big multi-billion-dollar question, why? We don't have one single tidy answer. It's a perfect storm of risk factors. Think of 3 buckets pouring into one funnel: genes, environment, infections. It's a combination. No single bucket is enough. Genetics, not destiny. You inherit many small predispositions, a jittery security team. Risk rises from 1 in 750 to maybe 1 in 40 with a close relative, but most with those genes never get MS. Environment, geography, and sunlight matter, more common farther from the equator. Vitamin D is linked, low D, higher risk. Lifestyle nudges, smoking, obesity, infections. Leading suspect is Epstein-Barr virus, EBV. Over 95% of adults get it. Recent studies suggest it may be a critical trigger in susceptible people. Theory: EBV alters the immune system. Later, guards mistake a myelin protein for the virus, classic mistaken identity, so it's less like one cause and more like a group project where everything went wrong. This combo explains why MS looks different for everyone. One person, decades of stability. Another, frequent debilitating relapses. Some face fatigue, brain fog, sensory issues. Others face visible mobility challenges. Lesion locations determine symptoms. Where lesions appear can feel like random chance, a neurological lottery from hell. That's why neurologists speak in probabilities. Suggests, is consistent with, may indicate. Not because they're hiding something, because they're being honest. Diagnosing MS isn't a single blood test, it's building a legal case. Your story, MRI of brain and spine, spinal fluid when needed. They look for dissemination in space and time, problems in multiple places at different times. The classic MS signature: optic neuritis last year, new leg numbness this year, brain and cervical lesions. Together, the case becomes strong. So your doctor sounds like a cautious forecaster predicting a 70% chance of storms, not a pilot promising a definite landing. They're assembling a puzzle and want the pieces to fit before giving a lifelong diagnosis. That caution is diligence. Variability defines the types. Relapsing remitting MS, about 85% at diagnosis, relapses then remission. Some transition to secondary progressive MS, steady worsening. Primary progressive MS, steady decline from the beginning. Type equals the disease pattern over time. If we don't know the exact cause, how on earth can we treat it? Fair question. Hopeful answer. We can't rewind confusion, but we can intervene now. Most MS treatments aren't cures. They target the overactive immune system. Goal: calm the bouncers, stop attacks on myelin, prevent new damage. You have options. Option 1, mild sedative to the whole team, older, still effective meds. Option 2, retrain with targeted drugs that block specific pathways, disease-modifying therapies, DMTs. DMTs reduce relapses and slow new MRI lesions, preserving function long-term. Before the 1990s, few options. Today, 20-plus meds, from daily pills to infusions, changing prognosis. Starting an effective DMT early is our best strategy. DMTs prevent new damage. They usually don't repair old damage. Symptom care. Meds for spasticity, strategies for fatigue, physical and occupational therapy, mental health support. Treatment is comprehensive. Protect the future and improve life now. We have waded through a lot of information. Met confused bouncers, inspected frayed wires, sifted through buckets of risk factors. Let's boil it all down. You just need one clean, simple, repeatable sentence. Here it is. Write it down. Memorize it. It is your new go-to explanation. MS happens when your immune system gets confused, attacks the protective coating on your nerves, and slows or scrambles messages between your brain and body. That's it. That's the whole story in a single breath. Autoimmune friendly fire. Myelin is the wire coating. Damaged coating slows or scrambles messages. That's your symptoms. Everything flows from that simple 3-part sequence. Accurate without being overwhelming. No jargon required. We're going to end on the single most important point of all, more important than any analogy or biological fact. If you have MS, or you're worried you might, hear this loud and clear. This is not your fault. You did not cause this. Not by eating the wrong thing, thinking the wrong thoughts, or not trying hard enough. You didn't do anything to deserve this. MS is a biological lottery. Genes you didn't choose, an environment you were born into, a common virus almost everyone gets. It is profound, rotten luck, period. Feeling angry, terrified, sad, overwhelmed, these reactions are completely rational. Why me? Isn't weakness, it's human. There's no satisfying answer, only the true one. A complex biological process beyond your control. Letting go of misplaced guilt is critical and often difficult. You are dealing with a serious medical condition. You are not being punished. You are not weak. You are a person whose body is contending with a confusing disease. If this made MS finally make sense, hit subscribe and tap like. It helps this reach the people who need it. Drop a comment. What explanation confused you the most before this? Next, I'll break down what actually makes MS symptoms worse, and a few things that surprise me. Take a breath. Absorb the core ideas. Immune system mix-up, damaged nerve coating, scrambled signals. This knowledge helps you ask better questions, understand treatment options, and advocate for yourself. Remember, Living with MS is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good days and bad days. Manage the disease, support the body, live as full a life as possible. You're facing a specific biological problem scientists are working to solve. We don't have all the answers yet, but we know enough to say MS is an immune mix-up, and it is never ever the person's fault.